Hi Scorpio, welcome to your annual 2025 Astrology Horoscope forecast. Welcome to my channel. I'm Anisha and I talk everything around astrology and tarot. Scorpio, this is one of the most intense years of the decades. We have all the slow-moving planets. We have Pluto, we have Uranus, we have Neptune, and then we also have Saturn, which is moving after their own cyclical duration. So for Pluto, it takes about 2 decades, Neptune takes approximately about 14 years, Uranus approximately 9 years, and Saturn 3 years. I'll give a quick small gist exactly as to how globally, what all that is happening, what all that we can expect. I'll deep dive into your own chart, and then I will be closing the video with a small tarot reading which will summarize what 2025 has in store for you. So do ensure that you watch the video till the end. So Scorpio's Pluto has moved out of Capricorn after 2 decades and it has moved into Aquarius. And this influence is revolutionizing the individuality, identity, and innovations on a global scale. So collective themes of self-awareness, technological breakthroughs, and challenges to power structures are something that we are going to be experiencing. Also, we are already experiencing the disruptive technologies like AI, chat GPT, but also there's going to be a lot of focus on quantum computing as well. Along with this, also we are going to be seeing transformation in leadership styles globally, and there is going to be a lot of more focus on decentralization and of progressive ideas. I do know and understand that as I speak, we are seeing things on quite the contrary. There's more of a dictatorial style of leadership that we are seeing globally. But Pluto being here in Aquarius, and Aquarius is the ultimate representation of humanitarian ideals. It's about the collective, it's about standing for other people, for the downtrodden, raising our voices collectively. And last time when Pluto was in a similar aspect in Aquarius, was when we had the civil riots, and that was like really back in the early 1970s. So there is going to be a lot of disruption, push against the power centers that are there. We then have Uranus that is moving into Gemini now. Again, this shift is happening after approximately 9.5 years, and this again speaks about major advancement as far as education is concerned. As far as communication is concerned, we will be dealing, in any case, WhatsApp and emails, of course, are now a thing of the past, but there will be newer ways of communication which will be there, maybe more AI generated, and also there could be some really cutting edge ways of transportation, maybe, I don't know, flying cars, but also some amount of space related tech could be there. Also, we will see how human beings interact with technologies, maybe the interface between the evolution of the human mind or the human brain with the tech, the interfaces along with it, the advancement. I'm sure there is already must be a lot of work that is not yet out, that scientists and everyone would be qualified, would be working on this. We then have Neptune, which has moved after 14 years and it has moved into Aries. Now, this is where the entire drama and I think the worry that a lot of astrologers are speaking about, because we have Pluto, which is the wild boy of astrology. It tends to dig everything deeper, brings up stuff from the past. It's also the god of underworld, likes to shake things up a lot, very, very transformative energy. And then we have Uranus, which rules the internet. It rules technology. It rules disruption. It rules sudden awakenings. It also rules situations and events happening which are beyond control and they happen suddenly. So it can be floods, there can be some strange diseases over which there is no maybe cure as of now. Airborne or lot disasters. We've already had a extremely tragic wildfire, and also Neptune, what it tends to also bring about is that it brings about a lot of haze. So with Pluto being in Aquarius, with Gemini being in Uranus, which is extremely shifty, and it is very unpredictable, and also at times it's very antsy energy. And then we have Neptune, which is there in Aries, and Aries is the ruled by Mars, which is the god of war. So it can be that somebody, a leader who does not have clarity as to, but is yet happy to get on and go for war, does not have clarity, has poor decision-making skills, cannot see the scenario up ahead, because Neptune, gives that haze. You really can't see things ahead. And then you have Uranus, either through communication or badly dealing with other countries, or not communicating, or generally being very antsy and very trigger happy. And then with Pluto, which is going to be sitting up and digging up all the data or all the historical, the pains, the hurts on why it should have happened, or why is it that a certain war or maybe a certain disruption is justified. So all of this is going to get played out globally. Now, Neptune also speaks about spirituality, and that is where we have hope. And so we will also see a surge of spiritual warriors, of visionary leaders. There will also be global movements for peace. And the only thing is that when the global movement of peace is there, the entire energy is also in Aries. So it speaks about assertion, it speaks about action, while protest done peacefully is fine. But it can be that they can turn volatile as well. But a lot of focus with the Neptunian energy is also going to be there on personal authenticities and breaking illusions of conformity. Now we'll come down to your own specific chart, Scorpios. For you, Pluto is there in your house of home. And this is the house which governs your roots. It's the house of your parents. It's the house of your mother. The fourth house is ruled by Cancer. And Pluto being here for the next 2 decades, it speaks about maybe having volatile relationship with your parents, specifically with your mother. It speaks about a lot of stuff being dug out from the past. This also speaks about, at times, your own emotional foundations which are being challenged. And because Pluto is an extremely transformative energy, it can be that during this time you also get a chance to heal your past during the next 2 decades. It's a very long transit, Scorpios. So stuff that maybe left a void due to your childhood, whether there is childhood trauma, whether they are, I think all of us have childhood trauma first of all, but anyway, it speaks about transforming that energy and creating it into something really beautiful. This also speaks about at times solidifying your emotional foundations where your home is concerned. At times this also, because Pluto can come and really shake things up, at times this also tends to affect your parents' health as well at a very deeper level. We then have Uranus for you, that is there in your house of joint finances, resources, sexuality, and this is also an extremely, I would say, a volatile energy, because Uranus again brings about unexpected changes where your joint finances are concerned. It can also be that your partner suddenly gets a job in another country and you have to shift base, or she or he has to shift base. This can also be a time that there is some amount of inheritance that you get. Now, Uranus in your house of joint partnership also brings about focus on your power play as to who gets what on the table. So for the next your next 9 odd years, you can expect a lot of shift and focus and sifting and adjusting on the power struggles or the power dynamic that is there between the both of you. We then have Neptune that is going to be moving into your house of day-to-day chores. This is the house of your health and your work. And Neptune, unfortunately, at times brings about a haze in front. It can, sort of make you lazy. It can make you turn your attention away from your goal. It's almost as if that you convince yourself that what you're doing or what you have is enough, and it does not allow you to really see the way ahead till it's really late. And Neptune is there for 14 years. So depending as to how old you are, and especially if you're there in school and college and you're pursuing higher studies, please ensure that you do not throw this all away and just say that, degrees don't matter, or work will just come by. I don't really need to be putting in the hard work. The good news, however, is there. Briefly though, we also have Saturn that is going to be entering your house of day-to-day chores and your work and health as well. But Saturn is just there for 3 years. So beginning of 3 years, Saturn will have this tug of war between Neptune and Saturn, wherein that Saturn will keep trying to create a routine, a structure, a discipline for you as far as your work is concerned, as far as your health is concerned, as far as your goals are concerned, and it will keep pushing you and telling you that you need to be putting the work in. And if you do work with the Saturnian energy, and also because Saturn in its way will bring about obstacles. Suddenly you'll have like there's a lot of work, or you're having a tough time at work, or you're struggling with authority figures, because Saturn also is the father figure. So Saturn will bring about, or can bring about in its way, people whom you're reporting into, that they're quite difficult. You generally find very irritating, or you may start having issues with, say, if your partner is very bossy, or in your relationship, or even in a I would say even with your colleagues, or even with people with whom you may sort of have had an easy relationship, you will suddenly find that the dynamics are quite changing, that there is quite a sort of a pull and a push, where you could feel over monitored or over controlled. And this is Saturn's again way. When it creates these situations, it is again telling you to move the curtain away where Neptune is concerned. So the tug of war between the Saturn and the and Neptune will carry on for the first 3 years, starting 2025, and then Saturn will move, and Neptune carries on being there. So, put it very simply, if you are willing to work with the Saturnian energy, if you're willing to make that template for yourself, structure, and tell yourself that without putting in the hard work, there is nothing like a good luck or a miracle that will just sort of, take your career or your health, because this house governs both your work and your health. It will take it on another level. Also, avoid over medicating yourself, because during the Neptune phase, we also tend to have a lot of psychosomatic aches and pains, and we may feel that, oh, I need to be having a medication for any kind of ache and pain, rather than sort of letting it heal naturally. Of course, if you're sick, you must take medicine as advised, prescribed by the doctor. We now, okay, I'll do the tarot reading for you now. So this is for your year of 2025 Scorpios, and there are these 3 very, very powerful cards for you. We have the card of death, and we have the Emperor, and then we have the Chariot. Now, death really speaks about transformation. This is talking about Pluto that is there for you. Yes, Pluto that is there for you in your house of home for 2 decades. And this is also speaking about Uranus that is going to be there in your house of joint finances and sexuality and transformation, and also money. This is also the house of it's a house of money, death, which basically speaks about transformation. So whether you like it or not, transformation will come your way. There will be situations, and it will be worth your while that you change yourself, you bring about that change where it is required, both in your career and in your personal life. The Emperor really speaks about the time of taking control. It's about leadership. It's about having a goal. It's about structure. It's a very Saturnian card, even though often we associate this with Aries, but it speaks about authority figures. It speaks about leadership. It speaks about taking charge of your work. And then we have the Chariot, which is about focusing on overcoming obstacles with determination and fortitude. And also this speaks about, at times, choices. Excuse me. This at times speaks about having a lot of choices in our life, and also I think at times being leasing out, or almost thinking sort of letting life run its own course. But in this context specifically, this is really about not letting fear govern you and not let confusion govern you, and really taking charge and having that really resilient spirit inside. So 2 quick tips for you, Scorpios. First is embrace the change, welcome it. That's the best way to work with the Saturnian and even with the Plutonian energy, is to work along with it. When stuff starts getting tough, it's time for you to roll back your sleeves and saying that let me give it my best shot rather than run out of the exit door. And the second tip for you is that don't let fear hold you back from stepping into leadership. You're ready, Scorpios. For a lot of you, when you have, for those of you who have just finished your education, you're stepping into a new job, or you may feel you've bitten off more than you can chew. Or even for those where you're already working and you're looking at these roles and you're feeling, I don't think so, I'm ready. Fabulous time for you to be taking literally the horns of the bull and giving it a good shake. So really a time to be stepping into leadership. And do remember not to, especially for the next 14 years, you have to watch out with Neptune being there. Don't laze out and don't wait on a wing and a wish for things to materialize for you. It has been a pleasure speaking with you, Scorpios. I'll see you again soon, and thank you so much for watching.